Mobile apps have become a common method of browsing websites over the years. As this popularity has increased, it's safe to say that these mobile app designs have changed to more closely reflect their desktop counterparts. In this video, I want to take a closer look at app designs of these two sites and see how they present their information in a mobile form factor. Let's start with Twitter since it's the one I'm most familiar with. The main design constraint app developers have to deal with when designing apps for smartphones are their screen orientation and verticality. Because of the size limitation, all of the information presented to the user must fit within this narrow window that's quite different from a full computer monitor. Twitter accomplishes this with tabs and sliding windows. Sliding the screen from the left gives us access to the profile menu with various options about the account. Sliding from the right of the screen, well, that gives us nothing. But information that's usually found here on the desktop can be found within the search area of the app. If we separate these three areas, you can see how they would create what would be on a desktop, but it's now able to fit neatly within this narrow aspect ratio. Twitter and a lot of other mobile apps take this layering a step further with the addition of tabs. Navigating a mobile device with one hand, you can comfortably reach these areas of the screen, so it makes sense to have important functions here. Within Twitter, you have Home, Search, Notifications, and Messages. While these do have distinct functions, you're able to browse Twitter to an extent in parallel within each different tab. A good example of this would be visiting different profiles in each section. I can do this by clicking on someone here, searching for a profile, clicking on someone from a notification, and clicking someone in a message. As you can see, I'm able to have all four tabs open and flip between them without losing my current position. This would be the same as having multiple tabs open on desktop in a web browser. Now obviously, nobody's going to be loading up 4 different profiles like this, but what tabs do help with is the continuity during regular usage. If I was currently browsing and I needed to quickly check a notification, I could do that without interrupting my current context. The desktop version just opens up an entirely different page, so screen usage isn't fully utilized here. But other than those subtle differences with tabs and pages, you can see how the current desktop website was made in a way to be easily adapted to mobile screens. Now we'll take a look at YouTube. On the surface, it seems like this website would require more work due to the horizontal nature of video media, as well as how much they try to fit every inch of your screen with the clickable video. But really, most of this just gets shifted down. I'm on the iPhone 13 mini, so there's even less screen space to work with, but I don't think that exactly affects what I'm talking about. This was a recent update to where they expanded the thumbnail sizes on mobile, giving thumbnails a bigger importance to creators. But this leads to where there's only enough space on the screen for 1 or 2 videos at a time. On the History tab, you can see up to 5 videos at a time, with the titles being truncated, depending on your screen size, and short viewed videos are stacked horizontally. On Channels, it also uses the smaller size of thumbnails, with 4 videos being viewable at a time. Just scrolling the home screen, you can see how there's a lot of variation in sizes between the different media types, with the videos, shorts, community posts, and ads. It's a little bit messy, and I honestly would prefer a more compact style of presenting the videos, just so I could see more at a time. I'm on an older version of the app, so this one should be somewhat up to date of how things are. Like with Twitter, we have access to this tab feature in YouTube. They also have distinct purposes here, but we're able to search topics and browse through channels on 3 separate instances. This is good if you're flipping between videos and are planning to watch something next. YouTube doesn't have any sliding windows, but it does feature the notification and account menus that can be opened within any main tab. The account menu takes over the entire screen, so you will have to exit it out before you can continue to anything else. But the notification menu has the same multitasking ability as the other tabs. When it's actually time to watch a video, this is where things get interesting. On desktop, there's a lot of information being presented to the user on the watch page of the video. You have the video player, the description and comments, playlist, queued or up next autoplay videos, and recommended or suggested videos. There's even the possibility of an ad appearing in this area. Within the mobile app, when you click on a video, it opens up a separate layer with all the same elements. Users have the ability to minimize this layer and to navigate all the previously mentioned tabs and not interrupt their current video. One thing to note is that the Shorts player is independent from the regular video player, so if you really wanted to, you can click on any number of shorts without it replacing the current video playing. On the video layer, the video itself is locked at the top of the screen, with the rest of the elements being scrollable. In the past, comments were at the way bottom of this tab, and all the suggested videos came first, but now they decided to anchor that at the top, along with the other video elements. A lot of people didn't like this change initially, but I think it does a good job of keeping the current video elements in your field of view, and then you can scroll down once you want to watch something else, instead of having those videos take up space when you wanted to head to the comments first. The comments themselves are on another overlay, which allows them to be scrollable while still having the video on screen. This honestly does a better job than desktop, since you can view both elements at the same time without having to compromise. While it's a little annoying having the video only take up about 32% of the screen, it's one of those angular size issues that could be fixed by just moving your phone closer to your face. You also have the option to rotate the video independently to fit on the screen. Real quick, I want to touch on the Shorts players, since this whole feature in YouTube was basically designed with mobile users in mind. One common feature found here, along with other apps like TikTok and Instagram, is having all of the interaction buttons stacked vertically on the side of the screen like this. Not only does this do a good job of keeping them out of the way, this is assuming that the user is holding the phone one-handed on their right hand. Shorts creators probably take advantage of this by knowing to keep all of the video elements on the left side of the screen, where there's slightly more visibility. To move to the next video, the user simply has to scroll the page up, as well as there being various other gestures that the user can perform. If we compare this to the desktop version, we can see how bare and mobile oriented this feature is. The comments are probably the only thing that work better on desktop. But yeah, I doubt anyone is mainly watching YouTube Shorts through the desktop version. To wrap up this video, I'll summarize some of the design choices utilized in these apps. Sliding windows allow for extra menus and elements to be brought in and out of view while keeping the previous context in the background. These work well for mobile devices as the user's hands have quick access to these areas of the screen. Tabs with distinct functions will help with multitasking and swapping between many different contexts without losing your previous position in other areas of the app. The verticality of smartphones is also used to an advantage by locking certain elements to places of the screen and allowing other places to be freely scrollable. In a future episode, I want to cover different apps and websites, some of which seem to be designed with mobile users more in mind, so be on the lookout for that. If you have any comments or additional thoughts of these apps that I may have missed, leave them below. The main design constraint app developers have to deal with when designing apps for smartphones